All right, Harmony Science Academy, 6th grade math students, let's go and get into today. 9.1, and the whole thing is the ability to go backwards and forwards with percents and fractions, okay? You're gonna get a portion of time in class to copy this down from the workbook, okay, using benchmark and proportional reasoning, okay? So the main thing is this, okay? Your focus is, hey, there's some fractions up here, and there's some percents down here, okay? So we'll spend some time in class, but the important thing is that you find this important, okay? You're gonna be asked many times moving forward in all your mathematics classes to go from fractions to percents, and yeah, decimals later, okay? Very comfortably, pretty fast. So this is the beginning, so spend some time, okay? So here's just kind of something to help you guys with, okay? How do we, now, by the way, this is very important, percent, okay? Percent, like in Spanish, por cien, right? Divídelo por cien, okay? Per 100, okay? That's going to be very important because the simple thing here is to say, hey, how do I get 100 on the bottom? That's always a good question, okay? So, right, if I multiply the bottom by 10 to get 100, the 10, I'd get 10 over 100, okay? That's 10%. So that's why it's connected right there. So all of these are connected. You see that? Same thing with this one, right? 1/4. What do you do to get 100 on the bottom? You multiply by 25. And the same thing on top. So what happens? You get 100 on the bottom, right? And on top, you get 25 times 1 is 25. So you get 25%, okay? And there it is, okay? What else can be said? So 1/3 is kind of tricky, okay? Long story short is because you can't multiply anything, a whole number at least, to get 100, but you can get pretty close to it, okay? So in this case, you would multiply by about 33 and a third, okay? And same thing on top, 33 and 1/3. So 33, or 3 times 33 is 99, 3 times the 30 is 1, so that's where you get the 100. Okay? And then 1 times 33.5 is, okay? I know this looks kind of weird, a fraction inside a fraction. You'll deal with that later, but all you have to understand is if you read this, this is 33.5, or excuse me, 33 and a third percent. So there it is, okay? You guys can do a half being 50%. That one's pretty easy. This one, okay, it's related to 33 and a third, so I'll give you guys a chance to think about it. And let's do this last one over here, okay? Let's do this one in a different order. Check this out. We'll do it in green. So this is 75%. So if I write a percent into a fraction, I would say 75 por cien, percent, or per 100. Okay? Now, the question is, what would I have to do here to simplify? Okay? I divide. Both of them have a 25 in common, right? The greatest common factor, I can divide 75 by 25. I can divide 100 by, which gives me 3/4, which is this guy over here, okay? So again, we're gonna spend some time, but your job is to make sure that, hey, as soon as I see a fraction, can I come up with a percent? When I have a percent, can I come up with a fraction? And when you don't have perfect values, then you gotta start thinking of estimating, right? What is, let's say, 3/10, right? You would take 10%, 10%, and 10% to get 30%. And then there's other situations where there's nothing that fits perfectly, so you got to find, okay, it's close to like 51%, it's close to a half or whatever, okay? So appreciate your time. Hopefully that helps us get started, and I'll see you guys in class.